Hello students, hope you all are keeping fine. Okay, we continue with our chapter Manufacturing Industries, chapter 6 of Geography. We'll continue with that. And in our previous video, we had learned about, or we had started the topic agro-based industries. I told you agro-based industries means those industries which get their raw materials from agriculture. In agro-based industries, the first topic that we took was textile industry, and about the textile industry we had seen that it is a very unique industry. Its contribution to the economy is great. Then it is a self-reliant industry. It contributes a lot towards generation of employment. Lot of people are working in this industry, and the government earns a lot of foreign exchange from this industry. So it is a very important industry. Then we had come to cotton textile industry, and in cotton textile industry I had told you that it is a very important industry of India, but the only drawback that is there is that we produce high quality yarn, but this high quality yarn cannot be used by the factories here, and because of that we are not able to change this high quality yarn into a high quality finished product fabric. By exporting the high quality yarn we are earning a lot of foreign exchange, but our garment manufacturers, they have to import fabric from outside to produce good products. The notes were not finished about the cotton textile industry, so we'll continue with that. You take out your copies and pens and be ready to write the notes. The last point we had written was that on 30th November 2011 there were 1946 cotton and human-made fiber textile mills in India, out of which 80% were in the private sector and the remaining in public and cooperative sector. This is where we stopped in our last video. So you write the next heading there, location of cotton textile industry. Location of cotton textile industry and some features. Location of cotton textile industry and some features. First point, initially the industry was concentrated. Initially the industry was concentrated only in the cotton growing areas of Maharashtra and Gujarat. Cotton growing areas of Maharashtra and Gujarat. Second point, this was due to the availability of raw material, good market, transport, accessible port facilities, easy labor, moist climate, etc. So these are some of the factors which supported the setting up of cotton textile industry in Maharashtra and Gujarat. Third point, today spinning is concentrated in Maharashtra, Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. Full stop. Spinning produces world-class yarn. Spinning produces world-class yarn. Full stop. Come to the fourth point. Weaving is decentralized and done by handloom, powerloom and in mills. Handloom, powerloom and in mills. Full stop. Fifth point. Weaving supplies low quality fabric as much of the high quality yarn produced in the country cannot be used by our weaving, knitting and processing units. Next point. Khadi provides large scale employment. Khadi provides large scale employment to weavers. Next point. This industry is closely linked to agriculture and provides work to farmers and workers engaged in plucking comma ginning, comma spinning, comma weaving, comma dyeing, comma designing, comma packaging, comma tailoring and sewing, tailoring and sewing. Next point is the 8th point. It supports many other industries. It supports many other industries. Full stop, then write examples. Chemicals and dyes, chemicals and dyes, comma packaging materials, packaging materials and engineering works, packaging materials and engineering works. Put the next topic, next heading. Contributions of Indian cotton textile industry. Indian cotton textile industry. Contributions of Indian cotton textile industry. First point, we export yarn to Japan. We export yarn to Japan. Second point, cotton goods are exported to USA, UK, Russia, France, East European countries, Nepal, Singapore, Sri Lanka, and African countries. Next point, our share in the world trade, our share in the world trade of cotton yarn is 25%, but share in world trade of garments is only 4%. Next point. Our spinning wheels are competitive. Our spinning wheels are competitive at the global level. Our spinning wheels are competitive at the global level and capable of using all the fibers we produce. Fifth point. Today we have many large and modern factories. Next heading, drawbacks. First point, the high quality yarn produced by us cannot be used by our weaving, knitting and processing units. The high quality yarn produced by us cannot be used by our weaving, knitting and processing units. Next point. Our yarn is exported but we have to import fabric. Our yarn is exported but we have to import fabric. Third point, our factories are only capable of production for the local market. Come to the next heading, problems. First point, low production due to outdated machinery. Low production due to outdated machinery. Second point, power supply is erratic, that is irregular. You can't depend on it totally. Third point, tough competition from synthetic fiber industry. Tough competition from synthetic fiber industry. Fourth point, low output of labor. With this, we come to the end of the notes related to cotton textile industry. In the next class, we'll be doing jute textile and sugar textile, and like that we'll move ahead. We'll stop here for today, and I hope you have understood. Go through the notes once again, read it, try to understand, and in case you have any doubts, you can come up with your doubts in the doubt class. So be good and take care.